Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Saturday, April 24th, at 3:25 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 666 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Police arrest Arizona man after finding a severed finger. The big Pentagon internet mystery now partially solved. Asian man, 61, in critical condition after horrific New York City attack. Montana Governor Gianforte signs bill invalidating federal gun restrictions. Some people are happy Daunte Wright was fatally shot by police, lawyer says amid threats to the family. Republican audit of Arizona election results gets off to a chaotic start as journalists denied access. Marjorie Taylor Greene mockingly impersonates Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez while recounting her debate challenge. A newly signed Georgia bill would make daylight saving time permanent so criminals will have one less hour in the evening to commit their crimes, official says. With okay from experts, some states resume use of J&J vaccine. India COVID surge, hospitals send SOS as record deaths registered. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Someone deciphered the Ted Lasso shortbread recipe from Apple's spring-loaded event, The Verge. Star-studded celebration of life for rapper DMX kicking off in Brooklyn, New York Post. Elon Musk to host Saturday Night Live on May 8, CNBC. Raptors at Knicks full game highlights April 24, 2021, NBA. Video shows officer who fatally shot man armed with butcher knives. The Hill. Michigan coronavirus cases up to 819,320, death toll now at 17,289, WDIV click on Detroit. Biden declares mass killings of Armenians a genocide, The New York Times. Local NAACP chapter calls for Pasquo Dank Company sheriff's resignation, sheriff's office asks for internal investigation, wavy.com. Doorbell video captures police officer punching and throwing teen with autism to the ground, CBS News. What the masterclass effect means for EdTech, TechCrunch. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Beyonce honors 5th anniversary of her iconic Lemonade album. DMX's casket rides on a monster truck through Brooklyn for memorial procession. Pretend journalist Tucker Carlson calls real journalists cowards. Here's why so many Democrats sound so anxious about Biden's healthcare agenda. CIT, Tiger Woods shares first photo of himself since car crash. Idaho Senate okays bill to kill up to 90% of the state's wolves. Family indicted for allegedly selling bleach as miracle COVID-19 cure through church. Biden recognizes atrocities against Armenians as genocide. Gal Gadot chopped off a fingertip and her husband threw it down the garbage disposal. Crisis, India coronavirus patients suffocating amid oxygen shortage and devastating surge. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Family still seeking justice 1 year after death. Officer thanked for kind gesture toward man. Lawmaker arrested on DWI charge after crash. Man charged in death of Good Samaritan. Police chief arrested for second offense. Alley. Kid left in school vehicle for more than 2 hours. 18 charged in shooting death of 7-year-old. Brothers rescue 8-year-old's cat from tree. Car rams into house after armed carjacking, 2 arrested. Columbia neighborhood calls for change. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. Biden declares mass killings of Armenians a genocide. Elon Musk to host Saturday Night Live. DMX Memorial, Rough Riders and fans gather at Barclays. English soccer announces social media boycott to protest online abuse. Republicans target voter access in Texas cities, but not rural areas. Behind the scenes of the 2021 Best Picture nominees. The world needs many more coronavirus vaccines. Debris from Indonesian submarine is found, dimming hopes of rescue. Halting the vast release of methane is critical for climate, UN says. So Anthony Fauci isn't perfect, he's closer than most of us. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. New York City Asian man pushed to ground, kicked in head during brutal assault video shows. Rising crime and murderers walking free, Tucker Carlson Originals analyzes the crisis in the Windy City. California may lose congressional seat for the first time in history. Rep. Maxine Waters calls out Chauvin trial judge, he was way off track. Republicans push back against Biden moves to fund controversial UN Palestinian Refugee Agency. Ilhan Omar to reintroduce bill creating new federal board to independently investigate police misconduct. White House rebrands Kamala Harris husband Douglas instead of Doug. Tucker Carlson Originals tackles crime in Chicago, Me 13, and AR-15s in new investigative series. NFL modifies COVID-19 protocols for vaccinated people. Browns exercise QB Mayfield, CB Ward's contract options. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Saturday, April 24th. The next headlines are from the seventh most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. We are not a match. Robert Chapman charged with participating in Capitol riot after allegedly boasting about it on Bumble dating app. Video, large explosion from gender reveal party shakes houses, stirs earthquake fears. Baltimore man says he was kicked off Southwest flight for not wearing mask while eating Twizzlers. Gold rush returning to CA, company works to reopen mine untouched since 1956, but protesters oppose. She's devastated, mother horse visibly depressed after 4-day-old colt stolen. Stimulus check latest, will you receive a plus-out payment? Turn Signal app aimed to help everyone get home safely after traffic stops. It could be a different place, how climate change could affect Lake Superior's future. Gisele Bündchen joining DraftKings as special advisor. Selfless Colorado woman donates both a kidney and part of her liver to strangers. The next headlines are from the eighth most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, The Daily Mail. TV presenter Beverly Turner joins thousands of anti-vaccine passport activists. Kate Garraway reveals text COVID victim husband Derek Draper sent before he was put in induced coma. Jurgen Klopp calls on pundits to calm down as Liverpool fans vent at the owners over Super League. Mail on Sunday comment, we need calm and unity at the top, not pavement brawls. John Lydon, 65, discusses becoming a full-time carer for his wife Nora, 78, who has Alzheimer's. Katie Waisel claims she was sexually assaulted by one of the X Factor team. Major rescue operation sparked after woman is found unresponsive in water. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle met U.S. streaming firm Quibi at Kensington Palace a year before Brexit. Peter Hitchens, this green revolution will turn Britain into a third world country. Britain's COVID cases are still dropping 2 weeks after lockdown easing. The following headlines are from the ninth most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is the Washington Post World News Feed. They missed their U.S. court dates because they were kidnapped. Now they're blocked from applying for asylum. Russia may label Navalny's opposition networks as extremist groups. Even t-shirts could be outlawed. As pandemic surges anew, global envy and anger over U.S. vaccine abundance. Inside a Delhi hospital, oxygen runs fatally short as COVID cases mount. What it means for the U.S. to recognize massacre of Armenians as genocide. Indonesia finds items from submarine that sank in deep waters, leaving little hope for 53 crew members. Biden wants to restore U.S. role in fight against climate change. Here's how the U.S. shaped past efforts. Exasperated Canadians watch Americans getting vaccinated faster. Hunger strikes like Navalny's are a Russian tradition aiding to the Tsar's prisons. Who is Alexei Navalny, the Kremlin critic who has fallen ill in a Russian penal colony? The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Coronavirus Live News. More than half of UK population has had first jab. 10 killed in Iraq COVID hospital explosion. European Roundup. Real Madrid slip up in goalless draw with Real Betis. Footballers to boycott social media in mass protest over racist abuse. Mourne Mountains firefighting operation to continue into third day. Outcry after Saturday Night Live announces Elon Musk will host. Insanely cheap energy, how solar power continues to shock the world. U.S. states resume Johnson & Johnson vaccine and push to end COVID nightmare. Scott Rudin resigns from Broadway League over alleged abusive behavior. ESL plotters overlooked paradox that global fans like football as it is. Jonathan Wilson. Real-life plot twists leave Oscars struggling to adapt to new reality. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Bitcoin millionaire puts money on Greens in German election. Embattled producer Scott Rudin resigns from Broadway League. 61-year-old Asian man in critical condition after brutal assault caught on video. Biden makes history by declaring killings of Armenians a genocide. Out of the cave, French isolation study ends after 40 days. Former Louisville police officer Brett Hankison's trial delayed to 2022. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Biden says Armenian mass killing was genocide. Myanmar, military chief urged to stop violence on first foreign trip. COVID, man arrested after infecting 22 people in Majorca. Clubs cannot leave Super League, says Perez. Nepal opens replica Durata Tower in Kathmandu. Bitcoin, Turkey arrests 4 people after cryptocurrency collapses. Hugs of welcome for new arrivals on space station. Chad after Idris Deby, African Union urges end to military rule. Indonesian submarine sank off Bali, Navy says. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. A woman was charged with a felony for not returning a VHS tape, she found out 21 years later. For Minneapolis protest leaders, no apologies over muscular demands for police reform. Thousands in London protest against virus lockdown. AP top stories April 24 p. Deputy appears to mistake phone for gun and shooting. Lawsuit blames culture of recklessness in Florida Sheriff's Office for fatal shooting of black teens. Armenians visit memorial to victims of massacres. The day in pictures. 660 play 2 biggest crowd since the pandemic began. Some states are turning down vaccine doses. Feds have full confidence J&J vaccine benefits outweigh risks. Latest COVID-19 updates. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Is Caitlyn Jenner the next Arnold Schwarzenegger? Even some in GOP skeptical. Armenian American activists welcome U.S. recognition of genocide but say fight isn't over. Lopez, in Sacramento, legislative attempts to slow down drivers have hit speed bumps. We have to keep the Cinerama Dome alive, but many other LA treasures also need our support and attention. Armenians spent their lives demanding U.S. recognition of genocide. Victory is here. Man shot by one or multiple deputies in Florence Firestone area. U.S. court upholds COVID-19 delays in criminal trials, citing 500,000 lives lost. 2 people found dead in Yosemite West murder-suicide, officials say. LA County prepping to resume administering Johnson & Johnson vaccine. LA School Board names Megan Riley, head of business services, as interim superintendent. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Saturday, April 24th, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More, from other news sources, is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. India requests Twitter remove tweets critical of the government's handling of COVID-19. Halting the vast release of methane is critical for climate, UN says. A major United Nations report will declare that slashing emissions of methane, the main component of natural gas, is far more vital than previously thought. Biden officially recognizes the massacre of Armenians in World War I as a genocide. Wildfire in Northern Ireland declared a major incident. India orders Twitter to take down tweets critical of its coronavirus handling. U.S. urges China to reveal whereabouts of Tibet's disappeared Panchen Lama. Families allowed to bury dead in their backyards as India's COVID-19 surge overwhelms crematoriums. German actors criticized for coronavirus protest videos. Dozens of German actors took part in a campaign mocking coronavirus restrictions in Germany. The federal government recently announced new measures to break the third wave of the pandemic. Lithuanian ambassador in Donbass, actions on the ground contradict Russian withdrawal. UN-led aid convoy brings 23 tons of humanitarian goods across contact line in East Ukraine. Indonesia submarine Crane Angola 402 declared sunk with all 53 crew members on board. U.S. begins to move equipment out of Afghanistan and approves deployment of forces to protect withdrawal operations. Supreme Court affirms American indigenous men's right to hunt in Canada. CTV News. Nepal becomes first country in Asia-Pacific to vaccinate refugees against COVID-19. Interpreters who helped Australian forces in Afghanistan plead for visas to escape extreme threats. The next headlines are from Forbes. The 25 most popular movies on Netflix in 2021, update, April 24th. The 25 most popular shows on Netflix in 2021, update, April 24th. 1 billion vaccine doses have been administered worldwide, but mostly in wealthy countries. Elon Musk is hosting SNL next month. Zero on Netflix, a new superhero coming-of-age series from Italy. Indiana Pacers add Amida Brima onto way deal to gain size, waive Brian Bowen II. Most U.S. adults are now partly vaccinated. These 9 states are moving even faster. Alex English on Michael Porter Jr., the NBA and social justice, WNBA parody and more. President Biden makes history recognizing the Armenian genocide at last. Another singular performance cements New York Mets ace Jacob deGrom as a generational player. The next headlines are from Nature.com. How a historic funding boom might transform the U.S. National Science Foundation. What's next for physics standard model? Muon results throw theories into confusion. 1 million coronavirus sequences, popular genome site hits mega milestone. Sell yourself and your science in a compelling personal statement. Daily briefing, malaria vaccine shows early signs of promise. How philosophy is making me a better scientist. Technology transfer, career-boosting computing skills for girls in Argentina. Minority representation in U.S. science workforce sees few gains. Coronapod, kids and COVID vaccines. A century of U.S. data documents obesity's racially skewed rise. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,700,813,084 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Elon Musk to host Saturday Night Live with musical guest Miley Cyrus. Visions Durrell prizes Faye Adai, 1970, L'Enfant Terribles. Josh Gad, James Gunn and more react to Disney World anti-wokeness op-ed. Scott Rudin to resign from the Broadway League. 3 crew members from Serial, Bad, Weddings 3 feet die in car crash. Caitlyn Jenner accepts Joy Beer's apology for misgendering her on The View. Music, Absolute Proof and Rudy Giuliani lead Razzie Awards. How The Weeknd and Juice WRLD's vibrant videos are moving anime into the mainstream. Mortal Kombat director Simon McQuoid on sequel plans, Major Deaths and Johnny Cage. Mortal Kombat, Demon Slayer locked in fierce box office battle. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Maryland to probe cases handled by ex-medical examiner who testified in Chauvin trial. At this year's Oscars, diversity and social consciousness go hand in hand. Biden calls slaughter of Armenians a genocide, posing test for U.S. ties with Turkey. Tight quarters aboard the space station as SpaceX capsule delivers 4 new arrivals. Indonesian Navy says missing submarine sunk, crew of 53 dead. If big box office means big ratings, this year's Oscars are in big trouble. People are talking about a double mutant variant in India. What does that mean? Muslim Americans reflect on another Ramadan during the pandemic. My parents struggled in pandemic lockdown. Here's how they learned to live again. Louisiana special election, Democratic state senators face off for U.S. House seat. The following headlines are from The Week. Israel recorded 0 COVID-19 deaths in a day for the first time in 10 months. Biden breaks with predecessors, calls 1915 mass killings of Armenians a genocide. GOP's elder statesman James Baker praises Biden's Afghanistan withdrawal plan. 10 things you need to know today, April 24, 2021. Watch International Space Station astronauts joyously greet new arrivals after successful SpaceX flight. Debris discovery ends Indonesian Navy's hopes of finding survivors among 53-person submarine crew. The week's best photojournalism. The toxic culture of American police. 6 eco-friendly homes. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. The leggy this week, Texas House passes budget, Republicans again reject Medicaid expansion. My cousin dies, like a deer, on the side of the road. The next headlines are from Universe Today. Animation shows how Saturn's rings move at different speeds. A recent mega flare shows that Proxima Centauri is not a nice place to live. Perseverance successfully extracts oxygen from the Martian atmosphere, about 10 minutes of breathing time for an astronaut. These are the news headlines for today, Saturday, April 24th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. More than 5,000 tons of space dust fall to Earth each year. Forced complete view of Venus orbital dust ring. Mercury and Venus pair up at dusk April 24th to 26th. Record-breaking flare from nearby Proxima Centauri. Liftoff, 4 astronauts and crew 2 mission blast off to International Space Station. The next news is from Politico. Biden's first 100 days. Inside America's long hand-wringing over the Armenian genocide. Why Biden's Armenian genocide declaration really is a big deal. Of course it's genocide, how Biden fulfilled a promise to Armenians that Obama wouldn't. Biden recognizes Armenian genocide. Barda's super PAC muscles into Pennsylvania Senate race. Opinion: have we really come that far since Rodney King? The forgotten precedent for our unprecedented political insanity. Biden faces health industry fight over new surprise billing bond. The redistricting cycle is about to begin. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Sydney Dawn service returns to normal after COVID-forced absence. Be proud of what you did, the words that convinced this Anzac March leader to turn up. Anzac Day in Sydney, trading hours, dawn services and what's open. Miranda Kerr's go to Sunday outfit, a dress. It doesn't define me. What is it like to live with dementia? I couldn't fight back the tears. 2 feet, how the royals grieve in private. Has the King of the Cross become the Lord of the Ring? Legal shares radical plan to shake up NRL judiciary. The lonely grave of an unremembered Anzac, we need to live up to lest we forget. The milkshake ad, since when do we have to be coy about sexual assault? The next headlines are from MarketWatch. The moneyest, my wife offered to loan me money when I was having financial trouble, now I make 6 figures, and she refuses to pay any bills. Personal Finance Daily, Disney fan complains Walt Disney World is becoming too woke and new home sales surge past expectations as builders race to meet demand. Market Snapshot, why the Fed's focus on those hardest hit by the pandemic matters for markets. Newswatch, why it'll take more than easy money from the Fed to keep sparking this bull market in stocks. Outside the box, saving for retirement, here are 4 key lessons. Outside the box, why you should plan to leave money to your kids. Homeowners face the biggest property tax hikes in 4 years, here's where they pay the most. The moneyest, my wife makes $200K a year, but gives $700 a month, and $3,000 to her brother and mother to keep them in the good life. The moneyest, my boyfriend agreed to go part-time to look after my teenage kids, I paid him $650 a month, we split up, now he's crying foul. Economic preview, tone of next week's U.S. economic data on track to be positive but the Fed will remain tone deaf. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Taking ideas to market, newjebd.net. Online bookkeeping software market, technology inventions and new development by 2026 Wave apps, Neat, Sage, NeighborWeb SJ, NeighborWeb SJ. Powermoy Climate Smart Skincare, KATV. Coveting urges First Circ to reconsider XXX patent win, Law 360. Artificial Intelligence and Automated Systems Legal Update, 1Q21, Gibson Dunn. A proclamation on World Intellectual Property Day, 2021, the White House. US FDA authorizes breakthrough device for stroke patients, MedTech Insight. Something very positive is happening in Greater Phoenix, Arizona. Capital Times. MedPharm granted patent for unique powdered cannabinoid and terpene extract, Greenway Magazine, Greenway. Obviousness is not so obvious, how to make sure your patent will hold up in court. Oh, the toy book, the toy book. The next headlines are from Quartz. Netflix is retelling the lost tale of Japan's first African samurai. Weekend edition, George Floyd's legacy, India's COVID catastrophe, Makekla. Why is it so hard to get oxygen cylinders in India? The nations with the most ambitious climate commitments, ranked. The next phase of the climate battle is staked out. Get ready for the weirdest Oscars ever. Why millions of workers are planning to switch jobs after the pandemic. Simone Biles and Gap's Athleta brand will both benefit from her split with Nike. These are the colorful and confusing COVID-19 alerts used around the world. A $4,400 electric car is outselling Tesla in China. The following headlines are from Tech Dirt. This week in Tech Dirt history, April 18th-24th. College student sue Proctorio over DMCA's on fair use critique tweets of software. Content moderation case study, Google refuses to honor questionable requests for removal of defamatory content, 2019. Irony alert, US could block personal data transfers to Ireland, European home of digital giants, because GDPR is not being enforced properly. Judge lets false advertising case against Apple over buying music you didn't buy move forward. The other George Floyd story, how media freedom led to conviction in his killer's trial. Daily Deal, the complete 2021 Learn Linux bundle. Not this again, Facebook threatens to sue guy who registered "Don't use Instagram.com." The Trump-hyped Foxconn Wisconsin deal finally falls completely apart. Thanks copyright culture, webcomic 8-bit theater releases book with no pictures out of fear. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Real Madrid Betis. DMX funeral. Liverpool vs Newcastle. Liverpool. Darius Hughes. Armenian genocide. Josh fight. ALS. Warriors. Arsenal. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Defenseless 61-year-old Asian man repeatedly stomped on the head in latest New York City attack caught on video, disturbing footage. Third time unlucky, Bremen's Friedel takes unfortunate hat-trick of rapid-fire hits in Bundesliga clash, video. Watch, furious Manchester United fans burn US flag outside Old Trafford in protest against Glazers. Tuchel in disbelief as Werner misses incredible chance at West Ham, but forward ends goal drought to give Chelsea win, video. It won't even be competitive, fight fans react as Italy's Vettori handed UFC title shot against dominant champ Adesanya. Hubble telescope team marks 31st birthday with image of rare ultra-bright star on the brink of annihilation. Smaldip energy or Smaldic energy, Russian embassy trolls Baltic states over expulsion of diplomats. Joe Biden formally recognizes Armenian genocide, getting praise from Yerevan and angering NATO ally Turkey. Drone attack leaves Iranian tanker ablaze off Syrian coast, reports. Klopp accused of being tone deaf after Liverpool boss issues calls to calm down over Super League fear. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Dozens arrested after CEO of Turkish crypto exchange flees with $2 billion. What higher corporate taxes mean for the market, a surprising observation. Tabi, the heroic congressional fight to save the rich. NJ Delhi with $100 million market cap linked to shell company whose stock also recently exploded. Hidden threats, 3 things to worry about that mainstream media refuses to discuss. Border area hotels bail on Biden admin to house migrant overflow. Make no mistake, programmable digital currencies are weaponizable money. That's how crazy the market is, a virtually unheard of trade spotted in lumber. Turkey blasts Biden's Armenian genocide statement as opening a deep wound in relations. Patient zero of the bubble pandemic, Alan Greenspan. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Crew reaches space station on board recycled SpaceX capsule. 1 billion COVID jabs given globally, but over half in just 3 countries. Lebanon launches first electric car despite economic crisis. Can India survive coronavirus? Why Quo Vadis, Aida, deserves an Oscar. Can ASEAN help end the crisis in Myanmar? Reactions to Biden's recognition of Armenian genocide. I'm trapped here, Haitian asylum seekers languish in Mexico. Oil tanker off Syrian coast hid in suspected drone attack. Belarus leader to amend emergency power transfer to empower son. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Anonymous donor uses $1,000 in Dogecoin to pay adoption fees at animal shelter. Pinkerton, Carter 2.0, Joe gets played by a communist dictator just like Jimmy. LSU fraternity brothers pay off former house cook's mortgage for 74th birthday. GOP rep Comer on MLB, moving games hurts taxpayers, and will send a message to beneficiaries of tax, antitrust exemptions. BLM co-founder calls for abolished criminal justice system after Floyd, Bryant deaths. Oscar-winning producer Scott Rudin resigns from Broadway League after allegations of decades of abusive and violent behavior. City of Los Angeles accused of hiding the homeless ahead of the Oscars. They kicked everybody out of Union Station so it looks better for the image. NYC mother charged with the murders of her newborn twins. Sanders, Biden off to a good start on climate. Stephen Miller's group challenging radical leftists in court. America First Legal is the conservative response to the ACLU. The next headlines are from UPI News. Belated birthday gift from brother earns woman a $500,000 lottery prize. Look, Florida police capture Luz lemur, another still on the run. Iowa's oldest female muskie caught after dodging nearly 2,000 nets. Watch, Florida cyclist's path blocked by alligators. Watch, bank employees climb into dumpster to search for wedding ring. Watch, bear rips hole in Connecticut family's garage door. Watch, family's camera found 7 years after falling into Florida Bay. Watch, dog joins Utah track meet relay race, wins. The next headlines are from Odd, Strange and Bizarre Things. 5 scary facts about cyber attacks. Consumers can benefit from new CBD line launched by Medterra. Care Soul Review, great knee care is closer than you think. The rise of digital journalism. Fun plant facts for this spring season. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Orphaned polar bear that loved to hug Arctic workers gets new life. Wisdom and loneliness may be shaped by healthy gut microbes, researchers believe. Drinking this juice could help promote healthy aging, scientists find. Check out this interactive map showing all the conservation land near you in the U.S. To replace lithium batteries for grid storage, gravitricity uses gravity. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Saturday, April 24th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Woman charged with felony for not returning VHS tape more than 20 years ago. 4 sentenced for advanced fee scheme that promised to turn dirt into gold. Very late pizza delivery driver leaves pizza on car hood. Dog scratched up boot getting pizza. Video in article. 2 trespass at closed Denny's to make eggs at 2 a.m. Teacher who got drunk and took students to a strip club on a school trip is banned for 3 years. A clever experiment involving cat buttholes and lipstick. Woman charged more than $800 for rattlesnake removal says she was scammed. Reps to investigate export of over 7,000 refrigerated penis to China. Minnesota's Mohawk King aims to clinch second Guinness record for tallest hair. American honey is radioactive from decades of nuclear bomb testing. The following headlines are from Science Daily. A breakthrough astrophysics code rapidly models stellar collisions. Body's natural painkillers can be enhanced. High school juniors' consumer seismometer delivers low-cost earthquake early warning. Fiber optic cable monitors microseismicity in Antarctica. DeepShake uses machine learning to rapidly estimate earthquake shaking intensity. Force transmission between cells orchestrates collective cellular motion. Ankle exoskeleton enables faster walking. Recreating the earliest stages of life. Fossils of giant cloud rats discovered in Philippine caves. Radar satellites can better protect against bushfires and floods. The next headlines are from Information Week. Asante CIO discusses transforming with cloud and telehealth. 3 key tax incentives for IT consultants. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Saturday, April 24th from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. NASA SpaceX Crew 2 astronauts headed to International Space Station. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Historian D. Michael Quinn, who was booted from the LDS Church as part of the September 6 but remained a believer, dies at 77. Former Salt Lake County GOP boss Scott Miller recants his apology, says he's being Kavanaugh'd. A student at a Utah high school threatened to carry out a rape day against girls. Utah nurse who received double lung transplant is home. Women may soon be the majority on the Utah Alcohol Commission. Tabernacle Choir won't perform traditional Pioneer Day concerts. Utah woman dies after car crash on I-215 with wrong-way driver, who said he planned his actions. With the playoffs approaching, the Utah Jazz are seeing some signs of Bojan Bogdanović finding his way. Vapor State football has experienced many firsts this season. Will reaching the FCS championship game be another one? Oscar nominee Minari spotlights Korean American faith and the role of the church. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. Someone called the cops on their own smart vacuum. Pentagon investigated suspected Russian-directed energy attacks on U.S. troops. The most effective malaria vaccine yet discovered. Not even student work, MyPillow CEO's social media site botches rollout. Dish to use Oz for 5G network. Honda to stop selling combustion engines globally by 2040. One step closer to getting 10 gigabit at home. CDC panel recommends using J&J COVID-19 vaccine without restrictions, saying benefits outweigh risks. Post office workers convicted of theft due to faulty software have names cleared. European MPs targeted by deepfake video calls imitating Russian opposition. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Concerns about carjackings at Midtown apartment complex increase, security improvements promised. New nationwide suicide hotline means changes for some phone owners. Cardinals to continue limited capacity seating for May games while COVID restrictions remain. Tour alert, Luke Bryan coming to St. Louis during 2021 Proud to be Right Here tour. U.S. lifts pause, allowing Johnson & Johnson COVID-19 vaccinations to resume. Schnucks recalls various bakery items due to packaging concerns. Citizens call to defund St. Louis Police Department during public hearing with Mayor Tishora Jones. Missouri House votes to ban trans athletes from girls' teams. COVID-19 concerns raised at St. Louis death penalty trial. Police, St. Louis Circuit Attorney refuses charges in 2019 murder. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Local providers ready to distribute Johnson & Johnson vaccine to those who want it. Man says tackling gas lamp shooting suspect was right thing to do until police arrived. Tiger Woods shares photo of him on crutches as recovery continues. Watch, new video shows mom and 2 kids lowered from top of 30-foot boulder barrier. Police say gunman used ghost gun in downtown shootings. Migrants from Tijuana campsite gather at border, plead for Biden to have mercy and let them in. Derek Chauvin sentencing set for June and death of George Floyd. Man killed in gas lamp shooting was Ace parking employee, company says. Tough as nails, retired teacher among gas lamp shooting victims, son says. San Diego students offered chance at summer learning in person. The next headlines are from spooknews.com. UK spy chief says warns West faces moment of reckoning over tech. Defend forward amid a new era of cyber espionage opinion. The Czech spy row with Russia reveals a battle for political the soul of a nation. Undercover officer punched activist over spy claim, inquiry told. UK cyber spy chief says, quantum computing is closer but beware the risk. Only the sharpest minds succeed, UK spy agency asks Brits to crack secret code. China rejects UK spy chief's charge of calling it threat to cyber freedom. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. U.S. Navy showcases new type of unmanned surface vessel. U.S. Navy demonstrates unmanned anti-submarine warfare capability. U.S. Army bolsters its air defense capabilities with newest time-shorted system. South Korea, Thailand reach agreement on additional T-50th trainer jets. U.S. Navy's new aircraft carrier validate capability to defend itself and its crew. Javelins fly during military exercise in Georgia. The next headlines are from SupChina, top news about China. British Parliament is the latest to declare China committing genocide in Xinjiang. The future of advertising is here, and it's a giant QR code formed by drones flying over Shanghai. Suruateo's experimental indie films about artists and dissidents. Shanghai's upscale Vittorio brings back outdated ladies' menu. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Saturday, April 24, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Oakland A's to privately finance new ballpark at Howard Terminal. For fun things, here's what's happening in the Bay Area. Homeless Services audit finds Oakland is not prepared to deal with crisis. Steph Curry, Warriors welcome back fans and beat Nuggets. Unused vaccines, Bay Area officials push to fill appointments. Female astronaut raised in Bay Area pilot SpaceX crew to space station. 7 deputies on leave after fatal shooting of black man. Dispatch audio reveals new details in the arrest of Vacaville teen with autism. Redwood City home invasion leaves family shaken up. Vickle honors Oakland father, daughter killed after house set on fire by suspected arsonist. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. A's run winning streak to 12, beating Orioles 3-1. Residents on balconies helped to safety amid Schaumburg condo fire, no injuries. Republican opposition to bathroom buildup transphobic. Finally, getting vaccine supplies not an issue in some counties. Suburban legislators present votes temporarily halt gun legislation in Illinois House. Renovated Prospect Heights Library reopening June 5. U.S. to resume J&J COVID vaccinations despite rare clot risk. Bike sharing program debuts in Grays Lake. Team effort feeds the hungry in Mundelein. Man charged with attacking Schaumburg woman, held without bail. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. Seattle blood donors needed. Blood Works Northwest declares code red due to supply shortage. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone Jobo 21. Population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone Yuragi 21. Population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 6.5 m, depth 301 km, in Tonga April 24, 2021, 023 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Drought is ongoing in Bolivia, Brazil. Drought is ongoing in Angola, Congo, DRC. Drought is ongoing in Afghanistan, China, Iran, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Pakistan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. Drought is ongoing in China, India, Nepal. Drought is ongoing in Iraq, Jordan, Syria, Turkey. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in Mexico. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Saturday, April 24th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Storms have cleared, leaving us with patchy fog and a wonderful weekend on the way. Oscars red carpet economy suffers brutal hit due to COVID pandemic. Massive tree nearly lands on home of Panorama Village mayor. Officer involved shooting reported in Rosenberg, authorities say. Texas ECWU search looking for mom of 3 last seen in Southwest Houston on April 17. Fast, 5G smartphones that won't break the bank. George Floyd's brother returns to Houston after Chauvin's guilty verdict. 2 friends with men killed when crane hits truck on I-10 near Beaumont. Man killed when vehicle falls on him at Spring Auto Shop, deputies say. Recycling and reducing recidivism, San Francisco furniture company believes in second chances. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Indonesia Navy finds items from lost sub, indicating it sank. Albania's president lambasts U.S. ambassador on TV talk show. Indonesia Navy, items found from lost sub, indicting it sunk. Old SpaceX capsule delivers new crew to space station. HIV drugs run short in Kenya as people say lives at risk. Hoiple, coaches spend spring speeding up Tennessee Vols. India virus patients suffocate from low oxygen amid surge. U.S. plane joins hunt for Indonesian sub after air runs out. MSU's competition between Russo, Thorne just getting started. As Europe reopens, intensive care unit teams stick with the sick and dying. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Extra extra, trees are the new ultra-wealthy status symbol. New York City is reviving curbside composting, critics say it's a step back. New York's hottest vaccination site is now the American Museum of Natural History. How mayoral candidates will help small businesses hit hard by the pandemic. Coronavirus statistics, tracking the epidemic in New York. Goodbye appointments, all New York City run COVID vaccine sites now accept walk-ins for everyone. Early edition, Disney wields woke scalpel to grown man's dreams. NYC rents keep falling, how long will it last? Facing avalanche of eviction cases, NJ panel recommends fixes to landlord-tenant court. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. Seeing health opportunities in post-pandemic Papua New Guinea, a UN resident coordinator blog. UN chief stresses clear and urgent need for concrete multilateral solutions. ECOSOC chief calls for financial support for small island developing states. Youth demand action on nature, following IUCN's first ever Global Youth Summit. Act now to speed up funding for COVID-19 tools, UN officials say. 90% of countries' health services continue to be disrupted by the COVID-19 pandemic, WHO. Pathogens, public health, and political will, why sustained leadership is critical. Libya shipwreck claims 130 lives despite SOS calls, says UN Migration Agency. UN-led aid convoy brings 23 tons of humanitarian goods across contact line in East Ukraine. World Book and Copyright Day celebrates fundamental importance of literature. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. Bones of black children killed in police bombing used in Ivy League anthropology course. Texas ended lockdowns and mask mandates. Now lockdown states are where COVID is growing most. 9/11 cover-up director appointed to chair COVID cover-up group, New World next week. New gun control bill expected to pass requires background checks to purchase ammo. I did not want to go through rioting and destruction again. Chauvin juror feared people coming to my house if they were not happy with the verdict. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Was Dakota Territory split into 2 states to get more Republican senators? Did an ad reveal the car Meghan Markle drives? Dodgers have chance for baseball greatness. Was Biden the only mask wearer at virtual climate summit? Do you have to wait to donate blood after getting a COVID-19 vaccine? Explainer, can Derek Chauvin get his convictions tossed on appeal? Was Josh Hawley the only senator to vote against COVID-19 hate crimes bill? U.S. Health Panel urges restarting J&J COVID-19 vaccinations. Court record, Chauvin to be sentenced June 16 in Floyd death. Did radio signals from Lucille Ball's fillings help capture Japanese spies? The next headlines are from factcheck.org. Post mislead on words of alternate juror in Chauvin trial. Vaccines benefit those who have had COVID-19, contrary to viral posts. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. When Mortal Kombat made America lose its mind. Laid-off workers aim to shame Hollywood hangout on Oscars weekend. You now have 0 excuses for not watching the Oscar nominees. Forget Zoom, the real red carpet returns for the Oscars. The religious seal behind Europe's Tibet curiosity. 2 murders that ignited passage of the Voting Rights Act. After Chauvin verdict, stop emotionally dumping on your black friends. How to sell your shit-talking memoir of working for Trump and the GOP. Andrew Yang has a serious woman problem. Inside the warped world of COVID vaccine death hunters. The next headlines are from the New York Post. J.A. Happ loses no-hitter in 8th for Twins and win versus Pirates. Knicks Derrick Rose thinks Tom Thibodeau has improved as a coach. Trump to Hannity, big tech should face antitrust scrutiny. Steven Matz improved to 4-0 as Blue Jays clip rival Rays. Rangers David Quinn relieved by fewer defenseman penalties. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. SpaceX's used Crew Dragon carries another set of astronauts to orbit. The sky this week, it's a pink supermoon. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Carbon capture and dimming the sun pose dilemmas for climate. SpaceX Crew Dragon, 4 astronauts lift off to space station. CDC and FDA leaning toward resuming J&J vaccine, sources say. Mars helicopter completes second test flight. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Investigators suspect ex-NFL player who killed 6 people in South Carolina shooting may have been following obscure new religion. 7 cops on leave after killing of Andrew Brown Jr. in North Carolina. Rabid bat bites one child and may have come into contact with others. Killer cop Derek Chauvin to be sentenced on June 16. Lindsay Lohan's dad, Michael, arrested in Florida rehab kickback scheme. The Ohio State and the Marc Jacobs end their dispute. COVID reaches new high as Mount Everest climber tests positive. Mayoral candidate Ray McGuire proposes ambitious public arts plan to assist New York City's recovery. Amish teen found dead after 10-month search was strangled, suffocated. Caitlyn Jenner files to run for governor in California. The following headlines are from military.com. Court rejects vet's appeal of capital murder conviction in Auburn student's death. Bombers deploy, carrier extends to cover U.S. troops withdrawal from Afghanistan. Central Intelligence Agency head said to have made unannounced trip to Afghanistan. Navy recon plane to join frantic search for missing Indonesian sub. B-1 bomber fleet grounded indefinitely over fuel system problem. California Guard members feared fighter jet would be ordered to frighten protesters. Gold Star spouses who remarry face losing survivor benefits. This bill would change that. Video shows black soldiers harassed at Virginia restaurant. Elvis statue coming to Germantown where the king lived as a soldier. Monument honoring U.S. soldiers lost in 1962 plane crash to be unveiled in Maine. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Morgan Park neighbors fear homeowner is placing hot dogs laced with poison on front lawn following dog dispute. Illinois gives providers go-ahead to resume use of Johnson & Johnson COVID-19 vaccine after feds lift 11-day pause. Chicago Doctors Group says physicians should become a key provider of Johnson & Johnson vaccine. Coronavirus in Illinois updates, positivity rate down but hospitalizations continue rise that started more than 5 weeks ago as 3,369 new COVID-19 cases and 22 additional deaths reported. The Spin, Illinois legislature considers making Juneteenth a state holiday. A look at deadly Chicago fires U.S. lifts pause on Johnson & Johnson vaccines. Illinois awaits final words from feds on restarting use of Johnson & Johnson coronavirus vaccine. Illinois House backs bill that would make Juneteenth an official state holiday after Senate passes its version. Illinois COVID-19 questions answered, Johnson & Johnson vaccine pause is lifted. What's next? Should pregnant women feel safe taking a COVID-19 vaccine? Illinois House backs replacement of brain-damaging lead service lines, but wants Biden and Congress to pay for the work. Fuego y fracaso. The following headlines are from FIS.org. California to ban new fracking from 2024. Astronauts aboard SpaceX capsule prepare for docking at International Space Station. Hatchery reviving Britain's near-extinct local oysters. U.S. and Iranian researchers collaborate on Lake Urmia restoration. Flexible diet may help leaf-eating lemurs resist deforestation. From corals to crops, how life protects the plants for its cellular power stations. New alloy can directly reduce the weight of heat removal systems by 1/3. Response options should be at the center of climate risk assessment and management. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Saturday, April 24th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Japanese GP to remain at Suzuka through 2024. 3 driver deaths in 24 hours in Australian rally in Tasmania. The following headlines are from mercurynews.com. Horoscopes April 24, 2021, Kelly Clarkson, romance is encouraged. Word Game, April 24, 2021. Bridge, April 24, 2021. Ask Amy, I sent her a letter ending our friendship, and I'm afraid I made a mistake. Harriet Cole, my friends are inviting me out, but I don't want them to see me. Miss Manners, I suspect I was too lenient with my bridesmaids. Dear Abby, my neighbor gives me the creeps, and I don't know what to do. In court, Ghislaine Maxwell pleads not guilty to new charges. Chocolate chip diplomacy, Biden courts Congress with gusto. Giants rally past Marlins behind Yastrzemski's home run, Wood's latest gem. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Indonesian Navy says items found from missing submarine, indicating the vessel with 53 crew members. Out of the cave, French isolation study ending after 40 days. Infrastructure money could aid push to plug oil, gas wells. Senator John Hines remembered 30 years after tragic death. He rushes across city to deliver expiring vaccines. None called to serve even before birth. Going, not quite gone, how pandemic changed auctions. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Pharmaceutical industry dispatches army of lobbyists to block generic COVID-19 vaccines. The whistleblower trying to stop the next financial crisis. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Saturday, April 24, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. Global experts define how to assess quality of care for patients with atrial fibrillation. Simple foot test detects heart rhythm disorder in patients with diabetes. Age-related muscle loss and walking abilities predict outcomes after lung cancer surgery. A lesson from Arctic sea ice prediction in 2020, accurate subseasonal to seasonal prediction remains a grand challenge. Synthetic gelatin-like material mimics lobster underbelly stretch and strength. Malaria vaccine becomes first to achieve WHO-specified 75% efficacy goal. Simulated identification of silent COVID-19 infections among children, estimated future infection rates with vaccination. From toxic ions to single-atom copper. Using spatial distance strategically with luxury and popular product displays. Army, ASU publish human autonomy communication tips. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Weekend violence toll, 1 person fatally shot in Chicago Friday night. Sun-Times mock draft 3.0, whom will Bears take on Thursday? Man faces charges in Lincoln Park carjacking. Forest Park man faces charges after assaulting woman in CTA Blue Line station. Missing high-risk woman last seen in Bronzeville. Horoscope for Saturday, April 24, 2021. Man found fatally shot in Englewood, police. Garage burglaries reported in Westtown. Yasmani Grandal knows reason for 3 catchers' interference calls. Caleb Brown dazzles as St. Rita beats Notre Dame. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Saturday, April 24, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Emergency supplies are tax-free April 24 to 26, so stock up soon to save some cash. Openings and closings, Space Cowboy Rocketin, BCK will close. Never mind the Rona, here are your 2021 Oscar picks. Houston's 5 best weekend food bets, the return of brunch and an epic Stop the Hate fundraiser. Tina, HBO tells the story of an icon, one last time. Harden and Busby continue public squabble over disclosure of accuser names. Reviews for the uneasily quarantined, boys from County Hell. The next headlines are about world records making news. Coronavirus, India's daily cases climb to new world record as hospitals overwhelmed, NBC News. Vietnamese volleyball player breaks world record, Vnexpress International. Israeli artist sets Guinness World Record for longest Megillah scroll, The Times of Israel. Ex-Wildcat Rob Gronkowski sets Guinness World Record at Arizona Stadium, Purdue exponent. Sect attempts world record, The Star Online. EU to strike world's largest vaccine deal with Pfizer, as it happened, The Guardian. Top elite ultra runners to compete at Jackpot Ultra 100-mile world record holder Zach Bitter makes jackpot debut and American 48-hour record holder Marisa Lezak returns, Nevada Business Magazine. Windermere and Kendall men break Guinness World Record on Loch Ness, Northwest Evening Mail. India posts world record coronavirus case count for second consecutive day, Democracy Now! Meet the police officer with the world record collection of bagpipes, the Lincolnite. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Policy executives at Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter to testify at Senate hearing on algorithms. U.S. health regulators lift pause on Johnson & Johnson COVID-19 vaccine. Doom Patrol adds the Sisterhood of Dada and Dead Boy Detective Agency to Season 3. Here's how the ESPN Plus NBA Marvel game should go. Oh Sharon Carter, what will they do with you? This week's best toys are packing Baby Yoda heat. Marjorie Taylor Greene brags she read all 14 pages of the Green New Deal. A chatbot is mysteriously sending droves of people to listen to Grimes and Stevie Wonder. Those HBO Max numbers aren't what they seem. The Friday GIF party celebrates the Oscars, starting with Isaac. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Nuwasib in Kuwait at 114.26 degrees Fahrenheit or 45.7 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Amundsen in Scott's South Pole Station at 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. CDC, FDA lift pause of J&J vaccine after advisors vote in support of use, updated. Backdoored password manager stole data from as many as 29K enterprises. New 12.9-inch iPad Pro doesn't support the previous Magic Keyboard. AirTags orders began today, but supplies are already dwindling. Today, watch us play the opening of Sony's promising PS5 exclusive Returnal. COVID emergency shuts Japan Super Nintendo World 1 month after opening. Supreme Court kills FTC's strongest tool for getting refunds to scam victims. 4chan founder Chris Poole leaves Google. Minnesotans furious that they have to pay for Texas deep freeze problems. Apple sued for terminating account with $25,000 worth of apps and videos. The following headlines are from Raw Story. MSNBC's Tiffany Cross nails GOP as weird, creepy white guy party of abusers, rapists and Matt Gaetz. Republican slams GOP 2 Bill Maher for claiming to love America while trying to destroy it. Rachel Maddow does epic and hilarious remembrance of Trump's bleach anniversary. Oklahoma State Senator falsely implies VP Kamala Harris used sexual favors to get elected in official press release. Stop the Steal fan conducting audit of Arizona ballots with pens that can nullify ballots, report. You haven't seen anything yet, FBI agents tell former colleague more is coming for January 6 attackers. Nicole Wallace panel slams Ted Cruz for embracing white nationalism as a cute way to win. Biden speaks with Turkey before expected Armenian genocide recognition. German gymnasts compete at Euros in bodysuits, hail important signal. Trump campaign sent to collections after unpaid security bills, and other cities could follow. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. What the hell is going on at the Columbus Police Department? Researchers warn of devastating effects from changing currents. Can a post-MAGA Washington create SUNA policy for farm workers? CDC panel gives Johnson & Johnson vaccine the green light. Hey, have you seen this clip of Bill de Blasio talking to a compost bin? From our archives, a parody piece about downsizing. The power of the myths many white people believe about policing, and America. Lawmakers love hate crime laws, but do they really protect anyone? The machine that eats up black farmland. This land is not your land. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. Mars exploration provides many research opportunities for UNM scientists, students, UNM newsroom. Scientists should never stop being students, Scientific American. The following items are today's top search results for the term neural plasticity. Timothy Leary's dead, but Mass General plans to study medicinal uses of one of the psychedelics he studied, Universal Hub. Shock therapy, understanding the benefits of ACT over the myths, the week. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Saturday, April 24th, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. UFO expert debunks Navy pyramid-shaped UFOs. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Saturday, April 24th, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News i8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News i8. All rights reserved.